Today, we're in Springfield, Virginia, visiting Mid-South Building Supply, a 100% employee-owned company. The reason we're here is because over the next 10 years, we have something called the silver tsunami that's coming our way. That's 2.5 million businesses that need to transition from their current baby boomer owner to something else as that current owner retires. With that is a great transfer of wealth-producing assets. We're here today to talk about why an ESOP made sense for them and why others should consider forming an ESOP.
In the Washington area, we have tremendous traffic. The goal is to get out as early as you can so you can get where you need to be. So we have folks who arrive here at 5 o'clock in the morning, pick up the things that they need to do and go. Our truck drivers are out before 6 so they can navigate the Beltway and get out and make sure that we service our customers.
We serve all licensed contractors, remodelers, and builders. It could be starter home all the way up to multi-million-dollar homes. It could be condos, single families, townhouses. It could be anything that involves our products of siding, windows, or cabinetry.
We'll sell it to the contractor. We'll meet with the homeowners to make the selections. Our warehouse staff would receive that product into the warehouse. We'll go on our own trucks to the job site. Obviously, I know of the legacy, but every employee knows because that's a story that gets told.
So the founder of our company, Rales, was an orphan, and he needed a job. And he started selling home improvements door to door up in the Pittsburgh market. And so he built these home improvement businesses over time. He would go back and he would take his old friends from the orphanage on a trip every year to thank them, and that was his family. He just felt very blessed, I believe, that he was able to build this company and he wanted it to remain a family type of business.
He was quite an entrepreneur. From the very beginning, he loved to talk about it's right that the folks who helped build this business own the business. Owned it for just about 20 years and was looking to sell the company.
Wanted to divest the business in the early 80s as his sons were getting older and getting into the workforce.
Well, he tried a family transition. One of his sons took over for a while and didn't work out real well. He basically had to replace him with a new management team. They lost a lot of people. He looked to outside buyers. He had an idea of what he wanted to sell the company for and a couple of different groups that were potential investors in Mid-South, but none of them could do the deal that Norman wanted.
Drew happened to be at a bankers conference and he heard about this unique new financing called an ESOP.
So there was a guy from Allied Plywood. When we talked about ownership, he said, "We own the company." I said, "What do you mean you own the company?" He said, "We're an ESOP." "What's an ESOP?" Learned a little bit about it from him, studied a little bit.
So he started reading about it, and then he had lunch with Mr. Rales and said, "I have an idea. We would like to buy your company as employees."
So Norm sold business to us 100% bank financed and 100% guaranteed by him for several years.
We were all pulled together and we were told that you're now an owner. We just bought this company from Mr. Rales. I didn't really understand what that meant. As the years went on, it meant more and more and more.
I did not understand the concept at all until I started working here. One thing with the ESOP is that your employee retention is incredible. I'd say 80% of the people that say they'd leave Mid-South come back. Where do you go where you see a person that's been in a warehouse for 25 years? It just doesn't happen.
I've been here for 8 years. We have people that have been here for a long period of time or people that have been here just days.
I've been here for 26 years. ESOP means to me that I control my future and the company's future.
I've been here for 2 years. It is very important for the company to be an ESOP. I have something to look forward to when I retire.
I've been here for 16 years. This is my share from last year. I have a stake in the company, and I want to continue just to make it to that 25th anniversary.
As people have become owners and they take a look at their statements and realize they're building equity in something, and I'll put myself in that category as well. This is the biggest asset that I've ever had.
And I could actually see my name on it. I could see my social security number the day I was hired. I could see an amount. And it was a small amount at the beginning, but I also had coworkers that had larger amounts and they would share that with you.
So when we have somebody cash out with several $100,000 at retirement, so you got a new employee who's 22, 23 years old, their eyes open pretty wide.
I've been here for about 6.5 years. I've seen people get presented with a check for their ESOP that was almost $1 million. And they started here about the same age I started here, so it's really something to look forward to.
I've been an employee owner for the last 34 years. We were, to be honest, kind of like skeptical. And then it became true to us.
We had a warehouse gentleman who cashed out $40,000 worth of what he got, and the next day he rolled in a new pickup truck. How do you get that? Employee ownership. He had been with us for probably 30 years at that time.
Good morning, this is Nina at Mid-South Building Supply. How can I help you?
I feel like I'm part of an organization that cares about the employees, and everybody wants to have a say in what's going on in the company.
I've been here 1 year now. Being part of an ESOP, I would say you can definitely recognize the difference in how people care about their customers here.
If you were to walk into a restaurant and every person that served you or cooked for you or waited on you or greeted you was the owner, what kind of service would you get?
Customers know that we know how to take care of each other, so we're going to take care of them too.
I think we've assembled a great team, people who've been employed a long time and bringing in younger people to carry on our tradition here.
It's all a matter of what legacy do you want to leave. Mr. Rales still lives today. He still lives today through Mid-South. The people that he left it to made him more proud.
If I would see Mr. Rales today, I would tell him, thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to own a business.
If the founder was to return today, I would first hug him and then say thank you.
I would think that not selling to Drew would have been very sad for the company. We probably would not have made it through everything that the economy has gone through.
There's never a better place to transfer ownership than to the people who made that company happen. And that's what Norman believed in, that we want to reward those that help make this happen, and it works.
100% employee owned. I hope you have a chance to experience an ESOP and find out what it's all about. And I hope if you're a founder of a company or a head of a company, that you find a pathway to make employee ownership work.
If you want to learn more about forming an ESOP, please contact the local chapter of the ESOP Association and consider attending a conference or event.